In this video now, I want to give you my advice for the local government elections for 2021, which will take place on the 1st of November. And there's two things that I would advise you to do. The first is to actually go and find out from the IEC who the candidates are in your area, which movements, parties, civil organizations are actually taking part in the local government elections and which independent candidates are standing in your local government elections. And then make contact with those people beforehand. If you cannot make contact with those people beforehand, then on the day of the local government elections, there might be representatives of those parties, movements, or civil organizations or independent candidates at the voting station. Now, often, especially the newer organizations, will not have representations at all of the wards. It's just not physically possible for them, especially when they are up and coming or just starting up. And there are at the moment hundreds of those across the country. So do your research beforehand if you can. Otherwise, on voting day, you can go to the stalls of the people represented within that ward and actually go and speak, especially to the independent candidates, and then make that effort to ask them what they stand for and give them the 10-question challenge. Those of you that haven't watched the 10-question challenge, I will put the questions I will put those questions in the description below this video so that you will be able to use them, copy them, and then go and ask those questions because they are relevant for freedom. And at this stage, I would advise you to vote for any representative for you that'll look out for your freedom. That'll highlight in council when your freedoms are being removed, even if they don't have power to control things. They can come to you in their constituency and tell you, this council is doing X, Y, Z to your freedom. This is what they are planning, and expose it. This is very important for the community to actually get involved and actually to know beforehand what council is planning for your future. And many of these things are passed without you ever being considered at all. And a lot of these policies that are coming into local government comes from overseas globalist organizations. And at the end of the day, if you vote for any of the three largest parties in the country, that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get global influence in your life. So you need to consider the other parties. In the last national elections, it was clear that the Freedom Front Plus as well as the ACDP got a massive increase in votes. People were already upset with the top three parties and they wanted to move away from them. And I'm sure that in the local government elections now that it'll be no different. And I will still do videos tomorrow where I will run through all the other parties represented in government right now with regards to the 10-question challenge. And I'm going to try and stick to half an hour for each of those or even faster because there is no one to interview specifically or no one that approached me for an interview to take the 10-question challenge directly. So we will see how they score. It's very clear with many of the polls that I've seen that people are shifting away from the mainstream politics. They don't want that anymore, that the narrative that we've put out there is starting to work. And people believe in many different ways of achieving an end goal, and that is great. Like I've said before, every person should come up with a plan they believe will work, and they need to promote that plan, and the best plan will win at the end of the day. The main thing is that we move away from globalist organizations controlling our councils. So the moment you vote for an independent candidate, the chances that they are captured by globalist organizations are slimmer. It doesn't mean that they don't fall for greater good ideology, but you can ask them that question. And the 10-question challenge will sort it out immediately. And once you've asked that independent candidate those questions, you will know better where you can place your vote and vote for freedom. This is what I advise you to do. So, two things. Beforehand, find out who you can vote for within your local ward. And the next thing that you need to do is, if you cannot do that beforehand, is on voting day, approach the people at the voting station. They are not allowed to campaign on that day. They are not allowed to approach you, but you are allowed to approach them and ask them questions, and then they can explain what they stand for to you. Ask all your relevant questions, and what I advise you to do is focus on freedom. Take the 10 questions that's in the description and in the first comment below this video. Take those questions and ask the people those questions, because then you will have more freedom. If you care about freedom. If you don't care about freedom, I really don't know what you're doing on this channel. You're probably wasting your time, because that's what this channel is about. It's highlighting everything that'll take your freedom away and giving you perspective on things that can help you to become more free. So candidates that believe in self-reliance, candidates that believe in changing the governance system, candidates that believe in changing the constitution for one way we will be more free, not a changing constitution where there will be a socialist or communist government. We're not interested in that. We want freedom. We don't want to be subject to government. We want to be independent individuals, sovereign individuals first, and then families, communities, and then move on to the formal sectors of government that should represent us. So I hope that you will take this advice to heart. The polls that I've done, I have found absolutely fascinating. Now, obviously, the polls on my Facebook pages and on YouTube will be skewed, so it does not represent what will happen in the country, but it will give you an idea of how many people on the channel 00 Days actually support the normal mainstream politics. And there's obviously very few people that do support that, and maybe those people still need to discover what this channel is about. So go and watch the Moments in Time and Question Everything series. And I am very happy that people disagree with me. That is perfectly fine. And if you want to promote something that's contrary to what the channel is promoting, please create your own platform and do so at will. And I absolutely believe that you should be doing that. But this platform is not the place to promote what you want to do that counters us being free. And for us to be free, I don't want people to discriminate against other religions, forms of life, the culture that people come from, or their ethnicity. Anything like that will be dealt with in the harshest terms, and that is my freedom of choice, which I absolutely will use to remove any person that discriminates. And I believe that we need an inclusive plan to remain free, and we need to include everyone that wants freedom in that plan. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope this has helped you a bit and encourage you to actually make an effort on the 1st of November to go out and make your cross. It's the only democratic thing left for you to do. For the people that decide to be a no vote, I still consider that a vote. And that is absolutely all right. I want you to go and see and investigate that there is a way at the moment for us to change the current governance system. And as long as there's ballot papers and there's representative at the voting stations, you cannot crook the system. So the voting system is not a waste of time. Currently, we can use it. It's not electronic yet. We can use the voting system to create changes in this country without war. And that is absolutely how I want it to go down. Thank you very much for watching. Till the next video.